Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Now I know I've been a little bit absent from the upload schedule and been uploading a little bit of like little clips and snippets of videos, but that is because I actually do work full time now as well as having to do this on the side, so during the week I don't actually have a great deal of time to come back and make a video. So what I've been doing over the past little while is I've been playing a lot of games and trying to get enough footage so I can then start building up sort of a surplus of videos. So over the next week or so you should see a bit more of an increase in content from me again. As of recently, although I've actually been playing Overwatch, which I played the beta on. I really enjoyed the beta, and I found out I could actually get the normal edition off battle.net for $29.99, so I ended up buying the game because I actually really enjoyed the beta. There are a few things I don't like about the game, such as the amount of amount of heroes you can have on the team that are the same, but that is just down to debate, and the turrets that Torbjorn can place down are a little bit too quick to acquire a target. So they're the only real things I don't like about it. Other than that, I think the maps are really balanced, the game modes are really balanced. The maps are designed around the game modes, they're not like Battlefield where Rush can be on many different versions of the same map. Each map is sort of built around a game mode, which I actually really enjoy. My favourite hero is actually Genji, which is a 3-star hero, which means he's a fairly difficult hero to actually master. He's not too hard to play. His main attack is what you see now, the 3 shuriken. So you have your left and right clicks. Your left click, with your normal fire button, will fire a burst of 3 of them in a very accurate stream. They each deal 25 damage per shuriken, so that's, 75 damage if you hit all 3. If you do a headshot on the lower health players, like Hanzo, Widowmaker, and Genji himself, all those heroes with fairly low health, it'll actually be an instant kill if you hit all 3 of them as a critical. Otherwise, he'll take him down to 1 or 2 bars of health left. His right-click ability is to throw a burst of 3 shuriken, which are very inaccurate but much quicker firing. As you can see here, I'm using his E ability, which will deflect any projectile weaponry. He will not deflect beam weapons. At this moment in time, I forgot that I was trying to battle this hero here, which actually has a hero and a laser beam weapon, meaning I can't actually deflect those shots. And just so you know, all the projectile weapons include all of Hanzo's arrows, his ultimate as well. It'll deflect all of Tracer's bullets, and her grenade ultimate can be deflected. The sniper's rounds can be deflected as well. Any projectile, even if it's an ultimate, can be deflected by Genji. Even when he's using his ultimate, you can use all the abilities he's got in tandem with his ultimate. So you can pop his ultimate, which is his Dragon Blade. You can then block all incoming shots with the Dragon Blade as well. And you can also use his shift ability, which is a quick sprint and slash, which deals 50 damage. You'll see me use it in a bit here. There you go. I use it to get up places. If you aim your character where you want to go and you press shift with Genji, he will sprint in that direction. It's very useful to get up onto high places, and doing this towards a player will actually do 50 damage. So if they're low and you do that, you can actually kill them. But this is his ultimate, the Dragon Blade. It deals, I think, 100 damage per swipe. Unluckily for me, Ryan has his ultimate ready, which knocked me on the ground, so he could actually kill me fairly easily. As you can see here, the shuriken are actually very accurate, which is very useful. But this is the hero I have over, I think, almost 3 hours in gameplay of now. He's actually the brother to Hanzo, if you didn't know already. So I really enjoy this character. He's a lot harder to master than the other characters, but I kind of like the skill gap. And you can see I'm also going for the Mercy, which is the healer. I'm going for that character as much as I can. My aim with the shuriken's not the best, as you can see, but if you hit a critical shot like that, you can get a kill pretty easily. Not to mention, I forgot to mention this beforehand, but the shift ability recharges immediately if you get a kill or if you damage someone and then they die. That ability goes from an 8-second cooldown to an immediate cooldown. And I left this in here because the guy... Oh no, I don't think it was quite yet, but further on in the video you will see that one of the other heroes pops their ultimate, which is like a black hole, and it draws them all in. And I left this in because the Genji on the enemy team used this to get an amazing long kill streak. So it was actually rather smart. I think actually it might be here, is it? I can't quite tell. But I left it in because it was actually a really good play and use of chaining another player's ultimate with your own. So with Genji, you kind of need to chain all his abilities together. So if you see a group of enemies, throw your spread of shuriken out and get some damage on people. Use your abilities to get in close to deal damage with your melee ability, which does another 50 damage per hit, and it can actually be very effective. And this is it. Now the kill cam on this is actually really. He gets his ultimate, another ultimate pops, and he just sits there and murders everyone. That's a really good use of chaining heroes' ultimates. So if you can like manage to do that, then you can be very, very, very effective with Genji. He kind of is. He's an offensive hero, but he has the ability to get into really awkward places, and he does have the range to take on the sniper. I mean, if you see a sniper, you can deflect that shot. I think even the really high-powered shot that the sniper can do, which is the one hit, you can deflect that back as well, which is if you aim it right, if you deflect and aim your crosshair at where you want it to go, that shot will go back there, meaning with his deflect ability, he's the ultimate counter to a camping Bastion. Because if Bastion doesn't realise that you're deflecting all of his shots, every single bullet he shoots will go straight back at him and you can kill him in about 2 seconds. So Genji's really good to combat a camping, or a turret, or Bastion. But the thing is with the turrets though, they shoot so much, you have to be very careful that you have a sprinting ability to actually get away. Otherwise, you can be caught out with it. So this is the sort of the end of that part. We did win it. I had 27 eliminations as Genji, which is my all-time record. We're now sort of switching over to another game I was in with Genji, which is the game directly after the one we just played there. So we're actually on the attacking side this time, so we've just switched sides. Now, the two characters I do play the most is Genji in the attack and defensive role. I will play probably Reinhardt as the tank, and I will play Mercy in the support role. Now, Mercy, when you're playing with Mercy, you have the ability to sort of keep up with your teammates by using the shift ability, which is sort of fly towards your nearest teammate. Now, with a Bastion, that can be very good because Mercy can give a damage buff as well as healing with the left and right click. Left click is healing, and then the right click is the damage buff. As you can imagine with the Bastion, he has a self-repair ability as well, so you can really do some immense healing with a Mercy and a Bastion. And when he's not needing to be healed, you can buff his damage to do considerable amount of damage. You will see in this, as we are attacking on this, that we actually do use. One of my friends on comms, I'm on Discord with another friend of mine, who decided to go Mercy. I picked Genji because obviously we're on the attack. And I want to play my offensive hero. So we're just currently sat in the spawn, wait for the timer to sort of run out. And I'm throwing my shuriken at this blackboard. Because it spins. Now, I do really enjoy this game. As I said, I missed it during the beta, which means the game is... It's got to be a good game if I missed playing the beta on it. I got to say, it's one of the most polished betas I think I've ever played for a game. I mean, I didn't want to pay the $44.99 it is to get the Origins edition. So I did some digging and I found it for $29.99 on Battle.net site as just the basic edition. And that's actually cheaper than most of the key websites like Kinguin and G2A had it for a lot less, or a lot more actually. I think they had it for about £35 or more. So getting it for £6 less than what I would have paid on a key website, and it's a legitimate key or legitimate download from the actual website it's being hosted on or being sold on is well, it's a benefit. So I'd rather did that than sort of anything else. And then we've got these annoying little turrets everywhere as well, which are doing a lot of damage. Once again, they are laser beam weapons, so Genji can't actually deflect them. Now, I would recommend if you do have a Mercy on your team, go back to them rather than the spawn to heal, because it can get her ultimate ready much quicker. Which is, if you don't know what her ultimate is, it is basically revival, so you can revive a dead teammate. Now the way I play Mercy is, I will save it until I've got 4 or more dead teammates around me, and if I'm close to death, I will use it, bring the entire team back to life, and then if one's further away, I'll use the sprint ability to, or the following ability to actually like fly away. We'll see the revive ability in here in a minute as I got wrecked by one of the heroes. This character actually has a shield, as you can see. So this is the revive ability, the ultimate for Mercy. So as I said, with Genji, you've got to be very careful not to run out of your sprinting ability, because it is your only way out of something. You can't, if it's not quite recharged yet, but you have your blocking ability, use the blocking ability, and then use, if it's recharged by then, use the sprint ability to get away, because Genji only has 200 health, he doesn't have a great deal of health, and you can't really conflict with the higher damaging heroes. And another thing I would recommend is learning where the health packs are on every map that you play regularly. So if you can memorize sort of where the health packs are, or figure out where they're placed, because most of the time they're placed fairly predictably, like in a little cubby hole out of the action, somewhere you can go run and quickly get one. The bigger ones are normally placed indoors or in a little cubby. So you'll see me using his deflect ability there to deflect some of the turret's ammo back at it. So I can do that. I also then target the Mercy, make it a lot easier. So there's a Bastion there. So I'm just using my shurikens here, using my block ability to get him. I get the Tourbillon, but the Hanzo ends up getting me with a pretty nice shot, I would say. Sort of right, misses, and then gets me. So now my ultimate is charged, which is the Dragon Blade. I use this very sparingly, even when it is charged. I don't like using it on just 1 or 2 players. With the tanks, though, you've really got to hit them quite a lot of times to be able to do a lot of damage to them. So what I would do is use the Shuriken to get some damage on him and another player, sprint him, then pop the ultimate and start doing damage from behind. Especially if it's is it Tourbillon? No. If it's what's his name? Reinhardt, with the one with the shield. So, oh no, as you saw just there is the Bastion that was just camping there. I did wreck him very quickly with the deflect ability. So that is the ability. That is actually, I can deflect that actually, rather than not deflecting it, which is rather surprising. You'll be very surprised which weapons Genji can deflect, as I try to get away from the ultimate, but I'm not quite quick enough. I said, if I were to actually try and deflect that one shot, I can deflect that shot, but it has to be the arrow itself. It can't actually just be the dragon, so you've got to hit the arrow to be able to use that, to block that ultimate, which is a lot harder because the arrow is quite tiny, and it's not just a spread as one set projectile. So it makes it a lot more difficult for Genji to counter it, but if you can, you actually just completely just effectively remove the ultimate. So I'm now on the objective, trying to get it to move forward, and I'm sending some shurikens out while getting healed and buffed from my friend's Mercy. I'm also trying to find a different way around, because this is the hero that's causing us the biggest problem. So I end up getting that hero. Mercy then appears and revives them. But what I didn't anticipate was the turret up in the corner. Those turrets are fairly hard to spot, but do a lot of damage. So my friend revives me. He unfortunately does die, but I do end up killing the 2 turrets, but I do end up going down back to the hero with the shield, which is very annoying to deal with, very annoying, because she can deploy a shield to others and then deploy a shield on her own, or on herself as well. The battle continues. So now I'm just sort of running back in the spawn. This is what I say about the Mercy. If you have a Mercy on team, let them know where they are. They can just sort of fly at you and stick very close to you, and that's how they can get out of trouble fairly quickly. So I get some lovely headshots with my shuriken spread. Now I'm gonna go around the side because the Widowmakers pop their ultimate, so I can actually get some pretty nice shots on some of the other players around there. So I kill. Was that a Tourbillon? Yeah, I killed Tourbillon. So he hasn't got his turrets around anymore. That's another Genji. So I use my deflect and sprint as I saw. The sprint recharges as soon as you kill someone, so I can use it twice. And I do get 3 there. And now my ultimate's ready, I can use it on this character, which takes a lot. And then look at this, that's 2 shots, 3, 4, 5 hits with my ultimate. Normally, most characters would die in 2 to 3 hits, but because that character's got a shield, which is equivalent to like 400 health, is a rather hard hero to take down, as I try to deal with this Mercy as well. who actually ends up surviving thanks to the Torbjorn behind me. You kind of don't want the target fixate really, because this happens. Which is one thing I need to really work on with my heroes, is the fact I don't really pay attention to what's around me when I'm trying to focus on one hero, especially if it's a Mercy. But it kind of needs a bit more team play. This game really benefits if you're able to talk to your team. And Genji, actually, last thing about Genji's abilities, he does have a wall run, so you can double jump and run out a wall, and he can actually run up that wall. The same with Hanzo as well. Has a sort of a wall run ability. Now we've only got about 10 seconds on the point here, so I'm going to kill a couple of the enemy heroes around here. And then I'm going to get back on the point. We've got 1 second to go. Overtime, because we're so close to the checkpoint. And then this is what you can do with Genji. If you get if the enemy team sort of bunch up. I got to insist and kill on one. Pop the ultimate. And with that, I completely cleared out most of the enemy team. I think I ended up giving actual 5 players. 4 of them I killed myself, and 1 of them I did damage on and got credited the kill with as well. And then I also took out a turret. So that is the sort of the extent to the fact that I play Genji. Now I'm getting used to his abilities and actually aiming better with the Shuriken. My sort of kills with him are going up from about 16 per match to I think the 28 in the last one. I think 27 in this one. As you see, 2 Genji sort of deflecting kind of gets a little bit crazy, and then melees. You gotta get a little bit lucky at times with when you're fighting another Genji, because it ends up being sort of like just a fight in general between 2 people who have exactly the same abilities. And if he's even competent with Genji, he'll know about the deflect ability. So you can see the turrets there. I try to deflect it, but I get actually wrecked. So unfortunately, we did actually sort of falter at this point. I got a little bit too greedy with the kills, and there's a Bastion up there. Use the deflect on him. At this point in time, I didn't realise our Mercy was being attacked, so we actually lose our Mercy, which is I think the biggest reason why we lost this match as well, was the fact we didn't actually have our Mercy at the end, so we couldn't heal and we couldn't revive. You can see how close we were to the next checkpoint as well. We even did get the overtime, but we just wiped right at the end there, so we couldn't actually get close enough. So unfortunately, after all that, we did end up losing the second match of the game. Anyway guys, this video is coming to an end, so thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more Overwatch content from me. So I have plenty of recordings for Overwatch now. I need to import them into my template and comment with them. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Play of the game.